Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman with the Strat-O-Matic Network, and we've got a ball game here from the 1911 replay, and we would be so honored to have you join us for this ball game. And yes, Honus Wagner is in the lineup. It took me some doing. I thought it was a different game that is due up. You know, sometimes when you get away from a replay, you can get disoriented. I thought it was a different game. This is the game. It's a two-game series, and believe it or not, this is April 20 in 1911. Their next game is on the 23rd. I've checked it out. And we're going to do setup. First, let's put in the records for these teams. And we're very early on in this replay. The Reds are a whopping 5-0. In first place by a half game behind the New York Giants, who are 5-1. So the Reds have won their first 5 of this replay. Pittsburgh is only 1-4. And they are 4 games behind. They've lost 2 in a row. And if you want to take a look at the standings, I'd be more than glad to show that to you. Here's the National League. And here's the American League. Let's set up our lineups here using Baseball Reference. Bob Bescher. Leads off. Eddie Grant. Johnny Bates. Dick Hobitzel. I know he's here. Mike Mitchell. Tom Downey. Dave Altizer. Larry McLean. And George McQuillan, the pitcher. George McQuillan for the Reds has no record. He's a 1 WR. Now we'll set up the Pittsburgh Pirates. Byrne, Leach, Fred Clark, Honus, Dots Miller, Newt Hunter, Owen Wilson, that's Chief Wilson. George Gibson, and Howie Kamnitz. He's a 2 WR. Let's enter these. No problem. 1, 2, 3, we'll enter these. Then we'll get ready for this ball game. Leading off for Cincinnati, Bob Bescher, a switch hitter. Left field. Batting second, Eddie Grant. Third base. Batting third, Johnny Bates. In center field. Batting cleanup, Doc Hoblitzell. First base. Batting fifth, Mike Mitchell. Right field. Batting sixth, Tom Downey. Second base. A lot of errors. Batting seventh, Dave Altucher. The shortstop. He's a 4.84. Batting eighth, Larry McClain, the catcher. And pitching with no record, probably his first appearance of this young season, George McQuillan. His quotient will be a +1, -4, -3. Now, to give you some orientation, the Cincinnati Reds in real world this season finished In sixth place, they were 70 and 83. So they're a slightly under below average team, but not awful. The Pirates were 85 and 69. They finished third. They're a quote unquote good team. Let's enter the Pirates lineup. Leading off, Bobby Byrne at third base. Batting second, Tommy Leach in center field. This is why, by the way, pitcher, catch, short, second, first, third, left, center, right. Batting third, Fred Clark in left field. Batting cleanup at shortstop, Honus Wagner. He's a 1 range, but he's an E60. There's a lot of errors. Batting fifth, Dots Miller. Second base. Batting sixth, Newt Hunter. At first base. Batting seventh, Chief Wilson. In right field. Batting eighth, George Gibson, the catcher. They put catchers eighth a lot. And batting ninth, Howie Kamnitz. The pitcher. Two WR. .426, 0 hold. Excuse me. Kamnitz has already pitched one game. He's 1-0 in the replay. And to me, this is important because it celebrates and honors the greats from this era. Quotient 0. Just to give you some orientation, George McQuillan didn't pitch much. He only had 5 starts, but he started this game. He was 2-6 with a 4.68 in real world. Howie Kamnitz had 33 starts, and he was a 20-game winner. He was 20-15 with a 3.13 ERA. So that's who we're dealing with today. There was a time when I got a bit tired of this replay after playing about 48 games, and now I like to do it as just a change of pace on occasion. This game is being played at Forbes Field, Attendance was 12,916. Of course, it was a day game. It was a Thursday. And in just a couple minutes, we'll start this ball game. That's going to do it for the coffee. Just a few sips left. We're going to start this ball game in about 3 minutes. Stand by, please. And it's going to be a nice leisurely ball game. As I intend to document, annotate some of these players. And the Pittsburgh Pirates take the field. Howie Kamnitz on the mound. He was born in 1881, died in 1960. At age 78. Howie Kamnitz. On the mound. And leading it off for the Cincinnati Reds is Bob Bescher. Bob Bescher died at age 58 in a car accident after being hit by a train. Bob Bescher. Okay, Howie Kamnitz is ready. Bescher, switch hitter, batting left. The pitch from Kamnitz. That's 5-7, switch hitter, batting left, grounds to second X. That's going to be for Dots Miller, a 447. That's a 1-4. And it goes through for a base hit, so Bescher is on. Bescher 1-19 with Kamnitz 1-19 being held 1-17. And that'll bring up Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant steps in the batter's box. facing Kamnitz. Again, Bescher 1-19 with the lead. Kamnitz a 0, being held 1-17. He's going to go for the lead. First, we have the Havoc roll. He gets the lead 2-6 on 12. He gets the lead. He's at 1-17. Here's the throw to Grant. And there he goes, and he's safe. So Bescher steals second. Remember, this is small ball. Now Eddie Grant, the batter. Grant and A. Bunter. He's going to lay it down, even though the runner's on second. Infields is in. He's a B. Bunter now. Hits it to the catcher. B. Bunter. 8B. Catcher Gibson picks up the bunt and has to go to first. And Bescher moves to third. So it's Bescher on third with one out. A fly ball can bring him home, and here's Johnny Bates. Johnny Bates stepping up. Facing Kamnitz. Bates, left-handed hitter. The infield is playing this in. Here's Kamnitz now. The pitch to Bates. That's 5-9, left-handed, struck him out. And Bates strikes out swinging. And that'll be 2 away. And Doc Hoblitzel is coming to the plate. They call him Doc. His real name was Dick. Doc Hoblitzel with 2 outs and Bescher on third. Here's the pitch from Kamnitz. That's 5-11, right-handed, grounds it to first X. That'll be for Hunter. He's a 3-16. 15-3, uh-oh, E16. This could be an error. Five, it is a one-base error, and the run comes in. An error by Hunter, and the boos can be heard, and it's an unearned run. And the Cincinnati Reds take a 1-0 lead. Remember, they're 5-0. So Hoblitzell is on first, and Mike Mitchell is coming to the plate. So Mike Mitchell is facing Kamnitz with 2 outs and Hoblitzell on first. Hoblitzell 1-15, a 0. Being held 1-13. He's going for the lead. 2-10, he gets it. He gets it. 1-13, he's safe. The pitch to Mitchell. And he is safe. He stole second base. So Hoblitzell with a stolen base here in the first. Now he's in scoring position for Mike Mitchell, facing Kamnitz. Kamnitz gets the sign from Gibson. The pitch to Mitchell. That's a 6-8 right-handed, struck him out. So the side is retired. 1 run, though. It was an unearned run. On the single by Bescher, sacrifice to second by Grant, and then with 2 outs, the error by Hunter at first to bring home Bescher. No run batted in. Hoblitzell reached on the error and was left on base. We're going to head now to the bottom of this first. Here's George McQuillan on the mound. George McQuillan taking his warm-ups. And leading it off will be Bobby Byrne. So Byrne facing McQuillan here to lead it off. Here's McQuillan, the pitch to Bobby Byrne. That is a 5-8. Right-handed ground ball second X. Fielded by Downey, a 471. 24 throws him out. Nice play by Downey. That's one away. And now here comes the legendary Tommy Leach, a living legend, if you will. Leach, a right-handed hitter. Tommy Leach steps in the box facing McQuillan. Here's McQuillan, the windup. Pitch to Leach, 2-4, right-handed, grounds it back to McQuillan. And he throws it to Hoblitzel for the out, 2 away. And now Fred Clark is the batter. Fred Clark, another star for this Pirates team. He lived to 87 years old. Clark steps in. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Reds. They scored an unearned run in the top of the first. McQuillan winds and throws to Clark, 2-5, right-handed, triple, 1-11. It's a triple for Fred Clark. And that'll bring up Hannes Wagner. A 2-5 triple. And here's Wagner now. Pitch from McQuillan. 2-10. Oh, he chops it to second. And that's fielded by Downey. And again, Downey throws it to first. A nice play. Wagner is retired, and so is the side. No runs, 1 hit. The 2-out triple by Fred Clark, and he was left on base. And Howie Kamnitz takes the mound for the Pirates again. He'll face the bottom half of this order: Downey, Altucher, and McLean. And then there's McQuillan. Tom Downey leads it off. He made those two nice plays at second base. Kamnitz facing Downey now to lead it off. Here's Kamnitz. The pitch to Downey, 4-11, right-handed, grounds it to third, fielded by Byrne, and he throws it over to Hunter, the first baseman, for the first out. And now Dave Altizer is the batter. Okay, Altizer steps into the batter's box. It's 1 out, nobody on. Howie Kamnitz on the mound for the Pirates. Here's the pitch to Altizer. 5-11 left-handed, grounds it to first X. That's Hunter, 316. 23 takes it to the bag, 2 outs. Oh. And that's going to bring up Larry McClain. Larry McClain of the Cincinnati Reds. He steps in the batter's box. Now here's Kamnitz now. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch to McClain, that's 3-8. And that's going to be a base hit to left. Thrown in by Clark. 1-13 with Kamnitz not being held. And here comes McQuillan up to the plate. George McQuillan, the pitcher, steps in. He is a he is a 1 WR. Here's the pitch, that's 4-10. Right-handed hitter, catcher X. Gibson, 2-4. 18-2 fouls out, and the side is retired. So that was no runs. One hit, the single by McLean, left on base. And McClellan takes the mound for Cincinnati. And he'll face Dick Dots Miller. Here is Dick Dots Miller stepping in. For the Pirates. Dots Miller at the plate, and it is McQuillan on the mound. The windup. The pitch to Miller, 5-3, right-handed, flies it to right X. That will be for Mitchell, a 110. (10-1), it's going to be an E10 roll. E10-12. And that's a two-base error by right fielder Mitchell on the fluke 12 roll. So Dots Miller on second base with nobody out. And the batter is Newt Hunter. Newt Hunter for the Pirates. His real name is Fred. Facing McQuillan. That's a shot of Hunter in the field. Probably in a semi-pro team or an amateur team. Whatever that says on there, Minneapolis maybe, I don't know. Newt Hunter. He's going to lay it down with a runner on second. Here's your havoc roll. It's hit back to the pitcher, McQuillan. And the infield is in. He's a B now. McQuillan trying to get to that. 9B. And McQuillan throws it to first to get Hunter for the sacrifice. That's the second time they sacrificed. There was a sacrifice with a runner on second. And due up now is Chief Wilson. .300 average real world. Chief Wilson. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I can't believe I was even born. My God, look at me. There's Chief Wilson facing McQuillan. 1 out. Dots Miller on third. Havoc roll. Pitch to Wilson, 1-8, right-handed. That's hit deep by Wilson. Into the gap, it's rolling to the wall if there is one, and that's going to be a triple for Wilson. And Miller scores, of course, and that makes it a 1-1 ball game. Chief Wilson had 12 triples, 12 home runs. He only had, well, no, he played full time. Chief Wilson with a 1-8 right-handed home run, 1-11. It was a 19, it was a triple for the Chief. That's going to bring up George Gibson. George Gibson, the catcher. Facing McQuillan. We show him in his catching equipment. But he's up at the plate now. It's Wilson, the Chief, who knocked in the run. And we'll have to see if this is an earned run or an unearned run. It's Wilson on third. Not that it really matters to the game. Gibson at the plate. Here's McQuillan now. Pitch to Gibson. That's 6-7 right-handed, walked him. A base on balls, first and third, 1 out. Now they'll play the infield back for the double play. And Howie Kamnitz, the pitcher, comes in to face McQuillan. With 1 out, we've downloaded all of the players, as you could see right here in the lineup, so we're going to have no delay in me trying to retrieve that. Kamnitz is a 2 WR. First and third, 1 out. Infield is back. The pitch to Kamnitz. That's 110, and he struck him out. 2 away. And McQuillan will have to face Bobby Byrne now of the Pirates. Byrne steps into the batter's box. McQuillan trying to get out of this. If he's retired, this could be an unearned run. Two outs, Wilson on third. The pitch to Byrne. That is 5-11, right-handed. Fly ball center, this should end the inning. Bates under it, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Pirates do get a run on the two-base error by right fielder Mitchell. Sacrificed to third and knocked home by the triple by Chief Wilson. The way we would score this, that would be 1 out, 2 outs. The triple, the walk would not have brought him home, and so it is an unearned run. So we have 2 unearned runs in this game. And after 2, it's Cincinnati 1, Pittsburgh 1. And I'm sorry I have been neglecting the text. I just see Joel Horlin right now. Joel Horlin states, hold on, let me get this thing up to snuff here. Christ. Joel Horlin said, I had 4 home runs in a game, Frank Robinson, in your 67 tournament. That's amazing. I have never had anyone hit 4 home runs in a game, Joel Horlin. Never. I hope you can hear me. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my medicine, a super, super duper micro. To the point where you could hardly even feel it. Congratulations, Joel. If you want to take a picture of the score sheet and send it to me, I'll be glad to post it on my post section. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in that. But that's up to you. We move to the top of the third, and Howie Kamnitz takes to the mound. Kamnitz for Pittsburgh, and he'll face the top of the order, Bob Bescher. Bob Bescher on the right. Bescher singled and scored the unearned run in the first. Here's the pitch to Bescher now. 1-5, right-handed, single 1-9. It's a base hit. You have my email. jguderman@gmail.com. Bescher, who singled in the first, stole second, went to third on a sacrifice, and then came home on the error. I'd love to see that. Take a nice picture of it. Do it landscape. You know what I mean? Not portrait, landscape. Nice big picture of it. That is very rare. 1 home run, okay. 2 home runs in a game. I'm sure you said, whoa, he's hit 2 home runs. 3 home runs in a game. This is a 3 home run game. And then he hits a 4th. Was he 4 for 4? Okay, Bescher on first, 1-19. Kamnitz, 0. Being held, 1-17. And Eddie Grant, the batter. Attempting the lead. He gets it on 2-6 and 12. Whoa, doesn't get it. Did you see that dice move? Holy cow. That's even stranger. If you wanted to prepare just a short paragraph for context, if you send it by email, that would be awesome. Along the lines of what you're writing here. As much or as little as you want to do. Otherwise, we just say it's Joel Horlin played a game where Frank Robinson hit 4 home runs in the game in a 1967 tournament. Was he already traded to the Orioles by then? Okay, Bescher being held does not have the lead, and Eddie Grant comes to the plate. Here's the pitch to Grant. Because I like that one. Speaking of Frank Robinson, I like that one that you did with him, you know, as a kid. 5-7 left-handed, grounds it to second X. That's going to be Dots Miller, 447. 17-4. He throws it to first, and Bescher advances to second. You let me know when you send it, then I'll look for it. Otherwise, I might get an alert. Sometimes there's a delay on that. Now here's Johnny Bates. Bescher on second, 1 out. I was thinking, I'm surprised I didn't do another sacrifice with Grant. Here's the pitch to Bates. You don't have to do it now. 4-11, left-handed, that's a fly to left. And Clark is under it. 2 outs for Doc Hoblitzell. Bescher on second, 2 out, clutch situation. .39 right-handed, grounded to short for Wagner. And Honus Wagner throws him out. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, the leadoff single, the second by Bescher today. and I'm going to take a break for 2 or 3 minutes to collect myself. This is the Strat-O-Matic network. We'll be right back. Real suspenseful, spooky mood music for time travel back to 1911. We're going to do the bottom of the third, then I'm going to take a trip to the store, and I'm going to be 10 to 15 minutes because my stomach is growling a bit, and I'm just making this a nice leisurely ball game. And I understand, I appreciate those of you who are here and or maybe watching. And you can leave, come back, but I appreciate it very much. Here is McQuillan on the mound, bottom of the third, in a 1-1 ball game. And Tommy Leach leads it off. Here's McQuillan now. That's 4-8. Right-handed base hit Leach. So Leach is on, 1-18. I love the super advanced stealing with these dead ball error people. 1-18. McQuillan a -3, 1-15. Still being held. And he's going to go for the lead on a 1-15 with Fred Clark coming up. They're not kidding around. Havoc roll. He gets the lead 2-5 and 11. He does not get the lead. So being held closely at first, Leach, and Fred Clark is the batter. Pitch from McQuillan, 2-8, right-handed, and that is a base hit. Second hit for Clark, rounding second. Leach goes to third. Josh Clark with the big base hit. That's Clark on first. And that's going to bring up living legend Hannes Wagner. Arguably one of the, if not the greatest players ever. I mean, you can weigh it and say, well, Cobb had a better lifetime average, Cobb had more hits, Cobb had more stolen bases. You could also say that if Wagner played in the modern era, he might be a 40 home run a year hitter. He had 9 this year. He was hurt part of this year. So here's Wagner stepping in. Wagner looking to make something going, checking out the infield. They're going to play the infield back to ward off a big inning. And as you see, by the way, on the right here, I have the lineup set up with pictures of every player in the starting lineup. The pitchers go down here in the batting order. So it's that simple. Moving the goddamn phone up and down on this tripod is a pain in the ass, though. But it's worth it. Helps bring the game to life. Like I said, they're playing the infield back on Honus. Honus grounded to second to end the first inning with a runner on third. Now it's first and third, no outs. Havoc. Pitch to Wagner. That's 2-6. Oh, he pops it up to short. And Althusser makes the catch, 1 out. Both times he hit that 2 column, which is pretty dead. Joel Horland has sent the pick. Oh my. This is exciting. This is what I relish. Okay, that's an interesting score sheet. It's a homemade score sheet. Let's go add this to our community board or our posts section. You know, I may want to crop that myself to make it better and to make sure the whole goddamn thing shows up. There we go. Unfortunately, I don't have Minnesota. You're just showing me the Baltimore side. But that's okay. The good thing is that you're able to the good news is that we're able to see so much of it so big. There it is. It's still kind of hard to see the runs, the hits, the errors. I think I can push it like that, yeah. Let me just double check how far this goes. Minnesota runs 7-3. Yeah, this is good. Let's edit this and add the text. Would you mind if I changed Robbie to Robinson just so there'd be no ambiguity? I'm going to do that. Anyway. That's perfect. That's freaking perfect. Now I'm going to need to pull that back. There. Unfortunately, you can't see the text message, so I'm going to try something yet even different. I'm going to try to get this to zoom in quickly because I'm taking an extended break right now with Dots Miller due up, first and third one out. There. Yeah. And I'm going to add a note. Well, I'm back. And I even have my dinner in the oven. Oh. We are back, and the Pirates are threatening. It's a 1-1 ball game. It's first and third, 1 out, and Dots Miller, Dick Miller, his nickname is Dots. The infield is back. Here's the pitch to Miller. That's a 3-9 right-handed, struck him out. McQuillan with a big strikeout, his second of the ball game. And now it's up to Newt Hunter. Newt Hunter steps into the batter's box. Facing McQuillan. Clutch situation. Here's the pitch to Newt Hunter. That's a 1-3 grounder to short, fielded by Altazur. And he throws it to Hoplitzel, and the side is retired. No runs for the Pirates. 2 hits, the leadoff singles, and they were both left on base. And we move to the top of the 4th. Here's Howie Kamnitz now. He'll face Mike Mitchell to lead it off. 6-5 right-handed and home run, 1-3. It's a double down the line. So Mitchell with the big double. Off of Kamnitz. Now Tom Downey. Pitch to Downey now. He's not bunting. 5-8 right-handed, flies it to left for Clark. He makes the catch. It's 1 away. Now Dave Altazur is the batter. Kamnitz from the stretch. The pitch to Altazur. 5-12 left-handed, flies it to center, and Leach is under it. 2 outs. And here's Larry McClain in a clutch situation. Kamnitz throws 5-6 right-handed, grounder to short for Wagner, and he scoops it up and throws it to Hunter at first, and the side is retired. No runs for the Reds in the top of the 4th. Again, the Reds starting off by winning their first 5 games of this season. And McQuillan comes out for the top of the fourth. George McQuillan on the mound for these Reds. I know it's early in the season, but they're very excited about their 5-0 start as they open up a 2-game series here against the Pirates. Chief Wilson leads it off. His real first name is Owen. And Kathy Harden has made it. She caught the last trolley. And I guess that might have been how it was in Pittsburgh. If you're just joining us, I've shown pictures of every player in this starting lineup. Here's Wilson leading it off. .38 right-handed, grounds it to first, taken by Hoblitzel, 1 out. That'll bring up George Gibson. George Gibson, the catcher. He's shown here in his catching equipment, but he's at batting now with 1 out, facing McQuillan. Okay, McQuillan into his windup. The pitch to Gibson, 6'7", right-handed, walked him. So Gibson draws a base on balls. Here's Howie Kamnitz now. And he's going to lay down a bunt. This is the most illustrated game I've had. Okay, it's Gibson on first, 1 out. Havoc roll. Infield is in. He's a B bunter now. Hit to the pitcher, McQuillan, as a B. That's 5B. That's good. Its sacrifice is good. So Kamnitz lays down a bunt to put Gibson in scoring position with 2 outs now. And here's Bobby Byrne in a clutch situation. McQuillan and the pitch. 2-9 right-handed, grounds it to second. Fielded by Tom Downey, and he throws it to first, and their side is retired. No runs. No hits, the walk, left on second after the sacrifice. And we've gone 4 innings. It's a 1-1 ball game. Woo! Here's Howie Kamnitz now to take the mound for Pittsburgh. Kamnitz on the mound. He'll face McQuillan to start it off. George McQuillan is the batter. 0 for 1. Unnecessary. That's what second nature it becomes. Pitch to McQuillan from Camnitz, 6'9". Right-handed, struck him out. And that's the third strikeout for Camnitz. And here's Bob Bescher. Pitch from Camnitz, 1-8. Right-handed, pops it up to first. And that is for Hunter, 2 outs. Bescher is retired, and now Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant. Looks like a tough cookie. I wouldn't want to get into an argument with him. And Grant is coming up with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's Grant now. The pitch from Camnitz. 4-9 left-handed, flies it to right. And that's for Wilson, Chief Wilson, Owen Wilson. Makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Camnitz. And we're gonna head to the bottom of the 4th. George McQuillan takes the mound. And leading it off is Tommy Leach. Kathy Harden for the Pirates. It's hard not to root for the Pirates, I'll tell you. Tommy Leach steps in to lead it off. Here's McQuillan. The pitch to Leach. It's a 1-8 against the right-hander. Walked him. So Leach is on with Clark and Wagner due up. Leach 1-18. One to 15 with the lead. I think they're just going to let him stay there being held. And Fred Clark is the batter, a good hitter. 324 real world. Here's McQuillan now. That's a possible wild pitch, and McQuillan is a 0. It's gloved in the dirt by McLean. It's Leach on first, Clark at the plate, full count now. That's 2-8, right-handed, that's a base hit. Two asteroids, third hit for Clark. Leach rounds second, goes to third. So Josh Fred Clark is first and third. And here's Honus. Facing McClellan. Infield is back. The pitch to Wagner now. That's 2-11. He hits that two column again with the infield back. It's a grounder to first, though. Hoblitzl takes it to the bag, and Leach will advance to score. A run batted in for Wagner, even when he is out. Just checking first and third C. Runners advance. They did that to ward off a big run. They would have got him if the infield was in. It's one out now, Leach on second, and one in. And the Pirates lead it 2-1. Here's Dick Dots Miller. McQuillan. And the pitch to Dots, 2-9, right-handed. That's a triple 1-6, double the rest. It'll be a double off McQuillan. And Clark scores. Dick Dots Miller. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Here's Dick Dots Miller, as big as I can get him. And here's Newt Hunter. It'll be Miller on second with still only one out. And Newt Hunter steps in the batter's box. Again, some of the pictures are of when they're fielding. Here's McQuillan now. His first endurance inning is the 6th. 4-8 right-handed, base hits. And that's going to be it for George McQuillan. Believe it or not, they're pulling him. George McQuillan getting pulled here in the 5th based on an intuitive decision-making process. Yowza. With Hunter's single. McQuillan pitched 4 1/3 innings. Again, his first endurance inning was the 6th. Seven hits, walked 3, struck out 2, allowed an unearned run, and now three runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see who pitched in this game in real world. Both teams were inactive on the 19th. Bobby Keefe came in for Cincinnati, and Kamnitz went all the way for the Pirates. Again, the outcome of this game in real world was 9-1. Pirates. Now it is 4-1. And we're going to look for Keefe. I just will be darned if I have McQuillan letting up 7 or 8 innings. I've been there, and I've done that, and I've regretted it. And it's well worth the crowded trolley drive. Thank you, Kathy Harden. Bobby Keefe, with a 2.69 ERA, will be coming in. Mid-inning. Keefe has no record. He was 12-13 real world, 2.69, 26 starts, used both as a starter and a reliever. Bobby Keefe coming in. He pitched in this game in real world. He lived a good long life, died at age 82. And here's Bobby Keefe. Coming in. Taking his warm-ups. We will replace him with George McQuillan. Replace George McQuillan with him. Okay, Keefe is ready. And if he's due up next inning, which he is, I have no problem letting him hit. But he's not. Okay, here's Chief Wilson, Owen Wilson, also known as Chief Wilson. A 3-run inning. Now Hunter is on first. He's a 1-15. With the new pitcher Wilson, he has a 0 hold, so he will be a -4. What a good catcher McLean is. That takes out any idea of stealing. He's not being held. Okay, here's Keefe now. He's ready, and the pitch to Chief Wilson. That's 5-9, left-handed, struck him out. Big strikeout for Bobby Keefe. And here's George Gibson. Yes, it's George Gibson again on the right in his catching gear, even though he's the batter. And Bobby Keefe on the mound trying to get the Reds out of this with just 3 runs. Coming in for McQuillan. Now here's Keefe. The pitch to Gibson. That's going to be 5-10 right-handed. Grounds it to third. Fielded by Eddie Grant, and he throws it to Hoblitzell, and the side is retired. So maybe it was a good idea we brought in Bobby Keefe. 3 runs for the Pirates. We're at Forbes Field, attendance about 12,000 plus. I guess a decent day game. Some people have to work. McQuillan will end up being charged with 2 earned runs, 3 earned runs, and 1 unearned run. And I just got to do something real quick. Take a break for about two minutes, if you bear with me. If at all. Well, we'll just go ahead here. I think I'll just do that. The 1 run for Cincinnati was on the error. Hoblitzell at the plate, Hunt by Hunter, so therefore there's no earned run, no run batted in there. And here's Kamnitz now, facing Bates, Hoblitzell, and Mitchell. Howie Kamnitz. Facing Johnny Bates. I've been showing pictures of every player who has played, even Bobby Keefe, who came in to pitch for McQuillan. Okay, Kamnitz facing Bates. Top of the 6th already. Here's the pitch, 311 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash. And lo and behold, I neglected to throw in those ballpark effects. And I'm afraid I may not even have the ballpark effects for 1911 readily available. I thought I did. Here we go, wait a minute. No. Here it is. Of course. In Pittsburgh. Singles, left-handed 9, right-handed 13. Home runs are 2 from both sides. And that's out of 20. So getting back to Camnitz facing Bates, and that is a 311 right-handed ballpark slash, left-handed 1-9, and it's caught by the second baseman, and Bates is retired, 1 out. And now Doc Hoblitzel will be the batter. Just doing something I need to take care of very quickly. So please stand by. One thing you can say about my games is they're not rushed. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Here we go. Boy, I ask a lot of you folks. Oh shit, I did the wrong thing. Oh my God. Okay, we'll just hope for the best. Christ. Oh my Lord. One out, Doc Hoblitzel is the batter. It's Camnitz on the mound. He's been really something. Here's Bill Hoblitzel facing Camnitz with one out and nobody on in a 4-1 ball game. Now here's Camnitz now. 6'3", right-handed, ballpark slash, 7. That's going to go through for a base hit for Hoblitzel. Hoblitzel is on. And here's Mike Mitchell. Hoblitzel 1-15. He's being held. I don't think I want to steal with him down by 4, down by 3. Here's Mitchell. That's a possible balk or a pass ball. Possible pass ball by Gibson. He's a 1-6 pass ball. And he gloves it in the dirt. Okay, full count on Mitchell now. 6'11", right-handed. That's a fly to center. 2 outs. And here's Tom Downey. The pitch from Camnitz. 5'8", right-handed, flies it to left. And Fred Clark makes the catch, and the side is retired. And if you would be so kind to allow me to double check something I did in between this half inning. And in the spirit of transparency, I am going to let you see what I'm doing, going into the guts of my YouTube channel. Here's your live game right now on Managed Videos. That's scheduled, and somehow this other one got scheduled, the marathon. We'll just hope it is the right one. Lord. Here's the marathon, and that's scheduled too. That does not need to be scheduled, but it doesn't matter. So we hope for the best. I am uploading the tutorial I did yesterday for anyone who didn't see it, and that's what I do. I copy the thing, and then I go back to posting it as a premiere. I can smell those Swedish meatballs right now. We're going to head to the bottom of the sixth, and Kamnitz will be the hitter. Bobby Keefe coming out. He relieved McQuillan last inning after McQuillan allowed 3 runs. So here's Bobby Keefe on the mound. And Kamnitz, the pitcher, stepping up to the plate. It's Keefe on the mound on the left there, pitching to the pitcher, Howie Kamnitz. Here's Keefe, and the pitch, that's 5-6, right-handed, triple 1-4. It's a base hit. A base hit for Kamnitz, and we're going to check. That's one thing I don't have, the roster sheet on 1911. I could check to see if he has a special running rating, and why the hell not? Checking it online. Here's 1911. National League. Kamnitz, no, does not have a special running rating, so he will be a 1-10. And Bobby Byrne is the batter. Keefe on the mound, Byrne at the plate. I always put the pitcher on the left, the hitter on the right. Byrne 0 for 3 today. And he is a B bunter. He is a B bunter. And he is going to lay it down. It's better than an out where the runner holds. This is small ball. Havoc roll. Infield is in. He's a C bunter now. Hit to the pitcher, Keefe. C bunter. That's going to be 8C. And he lays down a nice bunt, and Keefe has to throw it to first. And Kamnitz advances to second. So the Pirates trying to scrape out as many runs as they can, and that's the way that was done. We can go through this half inning, and then I'm going to have something to eat. I don't take long to eat. 1 out, Kamnitz on second. It's Tommy Leach, the hitter. Leach 1 for 2. He walked and scored in the 5th. The pitch, 6-8. Right-handed, lines it to third, 2 outs. And now Fred Clark, the batter, with Wagner on deck. Here's Fred Clark on the right, facing Keefe. 2 outs. Kamnitz, the pitcher, on second. Pitch from Keefe. That's 6-8, left-handed, grounds it to first. And Hoblitzel takes it to the bag, and the side is retired. No runs. One hit, one left. After 6, it's 4-1. And nothing like getting a nice little hot dog or some sort of refreshment during a ball game. In fact, what we'll do is just sit this right here and let it cool off a little bit, and then we'll eat at it as I'm playing the ball game. Folks, I'm playing Strat-O-Matic in an effort to distract myself, because if I even think about my problems, it's going to depress the hell out of me. We're heading to the top of the 7th now, and Kamnitz takes the mound. He's allowed 1 run. It was unearned in the first. And leading it off will be Dave Altizer. On the right there. Here's Kamnitz now. That was unnecessary. No harm. Pitch to Altizer. Altizer, 5'10", left-handed, grounds it to short X. For Wagner, he is a 160. Don't be surprised if he makes an error. 160, 5-1, no, he throws him out. I'm convinced that there were more errors due to bad hops, bad grounds, bad calls. Calling errors that should have been singles. Here's Larry McLean now, facing Kamnitz, top of the 7th. Bad gloves. Thank you, Bill Ivamy. Bad gloves. Coming up is McLean. Kamnitz. And the pitch, 5-8, right-handed, flies it to left for Clark. That's 2 outs. And Keefe is going to hit, my Lord, he's going to hit. Keefe, the pitcher, hitting here in the bottom of the top of the 7th. Here's Kamnitz now. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-2. Keefe, right-handed, 6-2, grounds it back to Kamnitz X. That'll be a 426. Grounded back, right back to Kamnitz. Not much of a fielder, 426. 3-4, that's going to be a base hit with 2 asteroids. So I'll be darned that Keefe gets a base hit. And here's Bob Bescher. It's the top of the order, Bob Bescher. On the right, facing Kamnitz. Here's Bescher now. 2 outs. Keefe on first. The pitch to Bescher, 6-4, switch hitter batting left. That's a ballpark slash. He's a left-hander, 1-9, and it's nabbed by Miller. Dots Miller for the line out, and the side is retired. Take a 7th inning stretch here. We're in the middle of the 7th. It's 4-1 Pirates. Computation. Gibson became a top-flight curler in Canada after his baseball career ended. That's quite fascinating. Gibson. And there's a picture of Gibson. It's a 4-1 game, and Keith will come out again. His endurance is 5 for relief. He's pitched 1 2/3. In case you missed it, I have a tutorial on how to play Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced Baseball, my version, premiering at 6 p.m. Eastern today. And some of you may not have seen it, so I encourage you to watch it. It was not only, it was coincidentally a great game. Here's Bobby Keefe coming out, bottom of the 7th. Thank you, Bill. Bobby Keefe. Will face Honus Wagner. To start it off. Wagner, bottom of the 7th. Pirates ahead 4-1. Wagner 0 for 3. The pitch from Keefe. Whoa, keep your eye on it. Oh, shit. Boy, that went deep. I'm on my hands and knees. Oh. First read it. Very careful. Otherwise, it's a re-roll. It's a 6. One 7, and he walked him. So Wagner is on first. He had 20 stolen, caught stealing 15 times. Wow. Wagner on first, no outs. And Dick Dots Miller is the batter. Honus, 1 to 15. Against Keefe, 1 to 11. Wow. Being held. And here's Dots Miller now. Okay, Keith. From the stretch, that's a possible wild pitch. He's got a 3, and it is not a wild pitch. It's stopped in the dirt by McLean. The pitch to Miller. 4-9, right-handed. That's a single 1-2. Grounder to first. B. The rest. So Hoblitzel throws it to second to get Wagner. It's 1 out, and Miller is on. Same thing being held. Not going. With Keefe a -4. And here's Newt Hunter coming up to the plate. Newt Hunter. Facing Keefe in relief for McQuillan. Newt was his nickname. Here he is on the right, Keefe on the left. Havoc roll. The pitch to Hunter. That's 5-3. Right-handed ballpark slash. Right-hander 1-13. It goes through for a base hit. Second hit for Hunter today. First and second with 1 out. And Chief Wilson. His real first name was Owen. He's listed on Baseball Reference as Owen. Okay, Wilson now. First and second, 1 out. Keefe. Whoa, that's a possible balk or pass ball. Possible pass ball. That will test McLean. McLean 1-4. And it gets away. No, he gloves it in the dirt. Nice glove job. First and second, 1 out. Wilson. 11. Pitch to Wilson, 2-6 right-handed. That's a base hit. Off Keefe. Miller scores. Hunter goes to third. Look at it again, 1-6 right-handed. That was actually, that looks like it's a double. Oh, 2-6, yeah. Single 2 asteroids. So Keefe now getting hit. Reds on the verge of their first loss. They got off by winning the first 5 games of this young season. Now here comes Gibson, the curler. First and third, 1 out, 1 in. 5-1 Pirates. They won it 9-1 Real World. The pitch to Gibson. That's 2-6 right-handed. Fly grounded to short. That'll be a double play to end the inning. On first and third, infield back. But 1 run on a walk and 2 singles. The run knocked in by Wilson. And we're winding down. Time's running out for the Reds here. Howie Kamnitz has gone all the frickin' way. Oh. Howie Kamnitz on the mound. 1 unearned run allowed in 7 innings. And he'll face the top of this Cincinnati order. Leading it off is Bob. Wait a minute. Keefe singled. I think that belongs to Bescher, and we're going to have a replay. I'm so sorry. We're going to have an instant replay on this, how this came to be. We're in replay mode now, because I think that this 4, it's not Keith. It should have went under Bescher. Here's Bescher now. 2 outs. Lord. Oh shit, I did the wrong thing. Oh my God. And he gloves it in the dirt. Is in, he's a C bunter now. Hit to the pitcher, Keith. Right. In an effort to distract myself because if I even think about my problems. Replay mode. I'm convinced that. Now here's Keith's single. Keith the pitcher, hitting here in the bottom of the top of the 7th. Here's Kamnitz now. 2 outs, nobody on. 6-2. Keith, right hand, 6-2, grounds it back to Camden's X. That'll be a 426. Grounded back, right back to Camden's. Pretty much in the fielder, 426. 3-4, that's going to be a base hit with 2 asteroids. So I'll be darned that Keith gets a base hit. And here's Bob Bescher. Yeah. That 4 just simply belongs to Bescher. I'm already correcting it. Just a dumb mistake. It's the top of the order, Bob Bescher. On the right, facing cabinets. This is probably going to be a ballpark slash with a line out. Bescher now. 2 outs. Keep on first. The pitch to Bescher, 6-4, switch hitter batting left. That's a ballpark slash. He's a left-hander, 1-9, and it's nabbed by Miller. Drops Miller for the line out. And as you can see, that's where the erroneous part was. Take a 7th inning stretch here. We're back in real time now. Fixing that as we did. Oh. Howie Kamnitz has gone all the way here. It's a 5-1 game. And that retired the side, by the way. Top of the 7th. We're in the top of the 8th. Kamnitz has gone all the way. And leading it off will be Eddie Grant. Eddie Grant leading it off. Okay, Camness is ready. Oh. Top of the eighth, 5-1. Pitch from Camness, 6-5. Left-handed and home run, 1-6. It's a 5, but he does not have the power. He has W power, so Grant singles. Tough break, but they need more than just a home run. So that'll put Grant on first, being held. Again, that was a 6-5 left-handed. Home run, 1-6. It was a 5, but against right-handers, W power. Now Johnny Bates, the batter. The pitch to Bates. 3-2 right-handed, flies it to right, and under it is Wilson. 1 down. And here's Doc Hoblitzel. Excuse me. 5-8 right-handed, fly ball left. And Clark is under it, 2 away. And Mike Mitchell, the batter. Five-6 right-handed, grounds it to short, and that's for Wagner. He fields it and throws it to first, and the side is retired. Camness pitching great baseball. In case you're interested, he was 20-15 with a 3.13 ERA. I need to go outside for a minute. So hang in there. And I'll be back as soon as I am able. Okay, we're back. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th, and Bobby Keefe, who came in the 5th, has gone all the way since then. His first endurance in relief is the 5th inning, so he's nowhere near that. And Kamnitz, the pitcher, leads it off. That's 4-7, right-handed, walked him. Oh, isn't that something, to walk the pitcher. Some are good hitters, not Kamnitz. Here's Brown now. Swinging away. 1-7 right-handed, pops it up to third for Grant. Grant makes the play, 1 out. Now here's Tommy Leach. Possible wild pitch. His wild pitch, Keefe is a 3. And it is a wild pitch. A wild pitch by Keefe. Puts Kamnitz in scoring position. Leach now with a full count. .38 right-handed, struck him out. And that's the second strikeout for Keefe, 2 away. And Fred Clark, the batter. If you're looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it will be Downey, Altizer, and McLean, the bottom part of the order. Pirates 5, Reds 1. Pitch to Clark. That's 5-7 left-handed, struck him out. And what a performance. He did allow 1 run in his stint, but pitched overall pretty darn good baseball. We're heading to the top of the 9th. And Howie Kamnitz going for the complete game win. He's already 1-0 on the season. God. Okay, here's Kamnitz. Facing him is Tom Downey, top of the 9th. 2-6 right-handed, walked him. So Downey is on. And here comes Altazar. Altazar facing Kamnitz now. This is Kamnitz's first endurance inning. Oh, God almighty. God help me. The pitch to Altazar. Spinner, 4-7. Left-handed, struck him out. Fourth strikeout for Kamnitz. And here's Larry McClain. Larry McClain with those smiling eyes, but he doesn't have too much to smile about right now. As the Reds batting top of the ninth, 1 out. Downey on first, down by 4. Possible balk or pass ball. Possible balk. Kamnitz is 0. He steps off the rubber. The pitch from Kamnitz to McClain. 2-3. Pops it up. Third base side, foul territory. And Byrne makes the catch. Bobby Byrne. Making the catch at third base in foul territory. And the Pirates are 1 out away from breaking the Reds' 5-0 streak. There's going to be a hitter for Keith. We can close Keith out. Pitched 3 2/3. Allowed 1 run. Three hits. Walks 2, struck out 3. And let's see who's going to hit. It's going to be Rafael Almeida. Rafael Rameda. Sounds like we get a little extra diversity here rather than he's Cuban. He played from 1911 to 1913 with the Cincinnati Reds. He played in the Negro Leagues for 6 years prior to coming to Cincinnati in 1911. He's a rookie. He died at age 80 in 1968. and his name is Rafael Almeida. And Howie Kamnitz is facing him. Crowd is starting to disperse. Okay, here's Kamnitz now. It's Downey on first, 2 outs. The pitch to Rafael. That's 5-4 right-handed fly ball center X. This could be the ball game. Under it is Tommy Leach. He's a 3-5. That's a 17-3, and he makes the catch, and the game is over. What a game it was. The final, Pittsburgh Pirates 5, Cincinnati Reds 1. I'll be back with my recap in just a minute. So that just about does it. The final line is Pittsburgh Pirates 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Cincinnati Reds 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. McKeon was ineffective in the 5th, to say the least. He allowed 3 runs. He was pulled, and Keefe came in, Bobby Keefe, and he did allow another run. Unfortunately, Howie Kamnitz was really exemplary on the mound, getting the win. He's 2-0 now, and I would give him star of the game, Howie Kamnitz. And he was so tough throughout this ball game. I'm going to enter this one in the books. The good news is that for this replay, I only do standings and wins and losses for pitchers. That's the way I started it, and that's the way it is. Other replays I have, I do more. I do some at least fundamental statistics for the batters and batters and pitchers, the players. if you're interested, I'll... Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. I'm going to show you me entering the data here, and there is so little of it. Open up our Strat-O-Matic 1911, and it's one file. Includes standings and pitchers. For the standings, the Reds lose it. They're tied for first now with the New York Giants, who are really the best team in the league. Boston. Six. Brooklyn. 3, 6, 7. Pittsburgh won this game. That makes them 2-4. Put them in 7th place. Now we'll enter the wins and losses. McKeon with the loss. And Camnitz with the win. Two and 0. And that's it. And that's all I have to do now. I just have to email it to myself. shit. Isn't that strange how sometimes you just misplace a, oh, there's one. Okay. Misplace a rubber band. Thank you, Kathy Harden. And thank you for being here. Let's see what else I could do in full transparency. Oh, let me check something. Just give me a second. This might interrupt for a second.